It's that time again. 10 degrees centigrade, 50 Fahrenheit. 1007, I can't read my writing, 1007 millibars, and 94% humidity, and the cherry tree, there's hardly any leaves left on that. There's only a couple of dozen left. The flag is wrapped round the pole. I don't think it knows what it's doing. I think the wind is from the west. A little bit of breeze from the west. We'll take it that's what the flag is trying to show us anyway. I spoke to North Carolina Sun yesterday, and he said, you mentioned on your podcast episode something about, it was 10:30, and I said 10:30. I might say 11:30. He said, in America, that's not the way it's done. You don't say 10:30, it's 10:30. Well, that's strange, isn't it? So apologies to all the American listeners where I've been saying, oh, look, it's 9:30. You'll all be thinking, what's 9:30? 9:30 what? Oh. So there we are. Let's put that right. Another thing that North Carolina Sun hadn't heard of was, in the old days, the old people would say, oh, look, it's 5:20 past 12. 5:20 past. And he said to me, why do you have to add up things? You have to add 5 to 20, so it's 25 past. Why do people say 5:20 past? And also 5:22. So the time is now 5:20 to 8. Why say that? I have no idea, and I've never been able to find out. It's 25 to 8, isn't it? Not 5:20 to 8. You might as well say it's 10:05 past 11. 10:05, you mean 11:15, 15 minutes past 11. Why would you do that? So it's 5:20 past and 5:22. My old nan used to say that. A lot of the older people did back when I was a boy, in the good old days when I was a boy. Wow, what I got in my hand. People have said, what's happened to the where are you? I'm meant to be out and about saying, where am I now, and describing the scenery and things. The weather's been awful. I haven't felt like going out. And to be honest, I forgot all about it. But we won't say that. We'll just say it's because of the weather. The weather's been awful. Now, talking of America, let's move on. I have had a lot of emails from across the pond, from the US of A, saying, Ray, have you heard about the BBC? Ray, have you heard about Trump? He is suing the BBC. Ray, have you heard this? Have you heard that? Yes, thank you for all your emails. I have heard all about this. I'll tell you why. It's all over our TV news programmes. It's on the radio. It's online, wherever you go. President Trump, it's not funny, is thinking of suing the BBC for $1 billion. People have been saying online for years, defund the BBC and the BBC is all fake news. I don't watch or listen to BBC News, so I don't know. I watch and listen to other news channels, so I don't know what the BBC go on about. I don't listen. But I have seen the video clip of President Trump. The two video clips, one where he's saying this, then the edited version where he's saying something else. Now, I don't normally get involved with politics, as you all know. That's the last thing I want to do on here. It's just that I've had so many emails from American listeners that I thought I'd better at least mention it. So thank you for all your emails. I think, don't they have to apologise by Friday? I'm recording this now, where are we? Tuesday the 11th. So we'll see what happens on Friday. The sad thing is about the BBC, years ago, decades ago, it was world renowned. The news, the BBC World Service, transmitted on shortwave transmitters all around the world. And it was known and envied by the world for the news. It was always the truth. If you wanted to know what was going on, listen to the BBC News. Listen to the BBC World Service. But that all seems to have gone now. It seems to be, I don't know. I'm not commenting because, as I say, I don't watch the BBC News, so I don't know what they do. But I do read online so many comments about fake news and they've twisted this and they've done that. I don't know what's happened. It's such a shame because, as I say, it was the envy of the world, basically, BBC News. If I were in charge of the thing, I think I'd separate the news, put that over there in another building somewhere, almost as a separate company. And then the BBC itself, which is brilliant. As you know, we watch Autumn Watch, Winter Watch, Spring Watch with Chris Packham and Michaela Strachan. They've got the wildlife cameras everywhere, out in the woods and near ponds and rivers. It's fantastic. A lot of the drama programmes from the BBC are fantastic as well. Loads of brilliant programming. No one's moaning about that. They're moaning about the news. So why not do away with the news? Just don't have a BBC News programme. Just carry on with the ordinary programming and forget the news. Plenty of other news outlets. That's enough of that. How are you? What have you been up to? Anything interesting? Ray's Rants at protonmail.com. Do let me know. Thank you for all your emails, not only about the BBC business, all the other emails, which is great. Several other people betting me a fiver that I won't say the 25th of December word in full. If I lose, it's going to cost me a fortune. I'm not taking on any more bets. We're just having that one bet. Okay, not doing any more of that. I won't mention it. We've had the TV, of course, covered in adverts again for the 25th of December. What's this Black Friday? We've got Black Friday now. We have that every year. Goodness knows what that is. Will you queue up at some shop somewhere all through the night? Is this Black Friday? I don't know. And then in the morning when the shop doors open, you pile in there with several thousand people. They're all fighting and like a rugby scrum. And you buy something to save a few pounds. Is it worth it? Do you know, I couldn't be bothered. I'd rather wait till all that's gone, then go and buy the thing for a few pounds extra. Maybe the bargains are good. I don't know. I've never really looked into it. As Trish said, you get something, it's normally 30 quid. They put it up to 40. Come Black Friday, it's 32. What? How does that work? In the old days, when I was a boy, we had the January sales. So shops and big stores and everything, they had stock left over, which they bought for the 25th of December period, okay? They had a lot of stuff left over and they would sell it cheap. And that was a January sales. This always happened in January because everything was over. Okay, it's a new year, there's the stock, we'll sell it cheap. These days we seem to have January sales in October and November, September even. What's going on? Everything's got out of kilter, hasn't it? Everything's messed up. As I was saying the other day with Bonfire Night, in the old days, yes, we had a few bangers the week before, but Bonfire Night, 5th of November now, the 5th of November, you can have your fireworks night plus or minus about 3 months. Well, not quite that bad, but plus or minus a few weeks. And it's the same with decorations, your 25th of December tree with the lights on that you put up. It seems that you can put that up about 3 months before. It's all daft, isn't it? When I was at school, it was great. The build up to Bonfire Night, for example, that was great. Coming home from school, it's firework night. It's the 5th of November. You're going to go over the local field or wherever, local park where there's a huge fire, or have a fire in your garden. That's what I liked best, our own fire and our own fireworks rather than going out somewhere. And we'd put potatoes in bako foil, tin foil, chuck them by the edge of the fire where the embers are glowing, and you get a baked potato, have that by the fire. It was great. But now that's all gone. People don't have their own fires. They have big displays. We got one at Lewes in, is that East Sussex, Lewes? I don't know where it is, up the road somewhere. They have a huge public sort of display there, which is all very well, but there's car parking, you've got to travel miles. I used to like going out in the garden and burning old furniture. Happy days. I've probably said this to you every year for the past, how many years I've been doing this? 6 years. I like the 1st of January because it's all over and the spring is on the way. Springtime is, well, we've got to get through January, obviously, and February. Aren't those the longest 8 weeks ever? Out of any 8 weeks in the whole year, January and February, they are the longest. I think they said, was it the highest divorce rate is February? I don't know whether that's true or not. It's because everyone hates everything and each other and everybody. I don't know. I don't hate people. But I do understand where they're coming from because it's dark, it's cold, there's snow, there's ice, and the 8 weeks just seems like 8 years. Anyway, enough of that. I hope you're keeping well. Look after yourselves. I'm going to disappear now. I won't say it's 12:30 because it's not actually. I must try and remember. Anyway, it's not 12:30, it's 22. I must try to remember if I can. It's not 12:30, it's 12:30. Look after yourselves. Be good. If you're bad, don't get caught. I will see you on Sunday. Thanks for listening as always. Enjoyed your company. Bye-bye for now.